Recently, Musk restarted the radar and was ridiculed by many people. This is because he has repeatedly stated that radar is useless, only fools use Lidar. He also disliked that the price of Lidar was too expensive. However, after 2020, Chinese companies led by Huawei lowered the price of Lidar, and made it cheaper and cheaper, dropping from the highest price of tens of thousands of dollars to several $100s. Since then, more and more car companies around the world have begun to use Lidar. But Musk is an exception. In April 2021, Musk said on social media, Tesla's new generation of autopilot system, full self-driving, FSD, will be a purely visual solution. He also emphasized at the end, no radar. In May 2021, Tesla officially announced that the Model 3 and Model Y in North America will cancel the millimeter wave radar, and the Model S and Model X will also cancel the millimeter wave radar in early 2022. In October 2022, Tesla cancelled the ultrasonic radar on Model 3 and Model Y. We can see that Tesla is indeed determined and decisive. However, what is embarrassing is that when we were expecting Tesla to make achievements, we suddenly saw the news that Tesla was already testing the radar, and in order to keep it secret, Tesla also applied to the US FCC not to disclose the radar information. So the question is, why does Musk hate radar so much before? Why did Tesla restart the radar project? Can Lidar conquer Musk in the future? Okay, let's talk about these things today. First of all, what factors interfered with Musk's choice? I tried to review the development of the self-driving radar, and then some things gradually became clear. There are not only reasons why China and Tesla bet on different routes, but also the cruelty of route competition. In the earliest days, the automatic driving of vehicles did not have so many sensors. Especially before 2000, autonomous driving was just a gimmick for the future direction of the car, and it was a conceptual product, but in 2004, this situation changed. At that time, in order to reduce the casualties of soldiers, the US Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency hoped to develop unmanned vehicles to replace conventional drivers, so they formulated the Autonomous Land Vehicle Program. However, the research process was not smooth, and no excellent products were born. In order to advance unmanned driving faster, they held 3 world-famous competitions from 2004 to 2007, DARPA Unmanned Driving Challenge. It is the first unmanned driving event officially held by the United States, with a prize money of up to $1 million, and the venue is set in the harsh desert environment. These 3 competitions have almost confirmed the future route of autonomous driving. Among them, the first competition was not completed due to insufficient technology. But this challenge still gave many people hope. So in the second session, many teams designed a lot of equipment to complete this challenge, including various radar aids including Lidar. Finally, 5 teams completed the 150-mile desert challenge. But the second champion is not the Lidar camp, but the Stanford University Thrun team. Thrun is the director of Stanford University's laboratory, which mainly studies artificial intelligence. They equipped the racing car with radar, camera, laser rangefinder and computer system. While the car was driving, the researchers were debugging and controlling the direction of the car on the computer system. Since the desert area is very open and the obstacles are relatively small, radar recognition sometimes makes mistakes, while the camera can clearly identify small obstacles and routes. Therefore, although the Stanford University team is equipped with numerous sensors, the cameras and advanced computer systems are equivalent to human eyes and brains, and the driver composed of them allows the car to complete the task with difficulty. In other words, camera plus computer system is the early visual route. In the third competition, the venue was changed to a city, and the scene suddenly became complicated, with a lot of obstacles and tall buildings, so the visual sensor was weakened. At this time, Lidar is even more important. Among the total of 6 participating teams, 5 teams are equipped with conventional radar and laser Lidar. In 2013, Musk began to frequently discuss autonomous driving, and in the following year, Tesla launched the automatic driving system Autopilot. Musk's positioning for it is to increase the intelligence of the car, such as automatic emergency braking, automatic cruise, automatic parking and other functions, as the selling point of Tesla cars. Strictly speaking, it is only an assisted automatic driving at the L2 level. At that time, the solution chosen by Autopilot was the mainstream camera plus millimeter wave radar plus ultrasonic radar. Why not use Lidar? Because Lidar at the time was particularly bad. It has a small coverage area and costs tens of thousands of dollars, making it impossible to install it on a commercial vehicle. In 2016, the Lidar market suddenly changed drastically. Chinese companies destroyed international giants by lowering the price. It was also the first year of the commercialization of Lidar. The story here is actually very exciting. I will make another video about it. Please let me know in the comments if you want to see it. In general, the commercialization of Lidar has finally enriched the sensors. There are traditional radars such as cameras, millimeter wave and ultrasonic, and newer Lidars. They each have their own advantages. The camera, like the human eye, can see the road conditions very clearly. With mature technology and low cost, it is the first choice of car companies, but it also has the disadvantage of lacking the ability to test distance. When encountering strong light, haze, snow and other environments, it will also affect the observation of the camera. Laser Lidar emits laser beams forward, which can accurately judge the distance of obstacles and other information, and can also be used in various extreme environments. The disadvantage is that it cannot be independently imaged, and is generally used as a supplement to the camera. The advantages and disadvantages of traditional radar are similar to those of Lidar, but it emits radio waves and cannot measure the size and shape. The advantage is that the price is very low. As we can see, their advantages and disadvantages are obvious. Therefore, for the sake of safety and faster automatic driving, car companies are still trying a variety of sensor combinations. The same goes for Tesla. In 2016, they opened the full self-driving to users, adopting a route based on vision and supplemented by traditional radar. Of course, FSD still continues the principle of Musk's practicality, so it is not equipped with more expensive Lidar. Some car companies chose the Lidar route, hoping to use more radars to make up for the shortcomings of cameras. As a result, two routes began to appear in the market. One is the vision-based route with sensors as the auxiliary route, and the other is a multi-sensor solution based on Lidar. However, both solutions have problems. They have a fatal problem in common: these sensors fight each other when putting information together. Generally speaking, automatic driving is divided into three links, that is, perception, decision-making and control. They are like the eyes, brain, and hands and feet of a driver. Perception refers to a variety of sensors, which are responsible for collecting road condition information, while decision-making refers to chips and algorithms, which are responsible for processing road condition information and then feeding it back to the car. After experimenting, car companies found that the more sensors there are, the more information can indeed be collected, and the more accurate the chip's decision-making and processing will be. But the problem is that the capabilities of chips manufactured by humans are indeed limited. Once the data exceeds the processing limit of the chip, it will freeze or make wrong decisions like a mobile phone. So either reduce the existence of sensors or increase the software and hardware capabilities of the algorithm. So in order to solve this problem, car companies began to use different solutions. For example, Tesla, they have been developing their own chips and algorithms. Then they opened FSD to Tesla users, allowing a large number of car owners around the world to become Tesla testers, constantly grabbing road information, hoping to train the algorithm. In order to process these data, Tesla is also preparing to develop its own supercomputer dojo, hoping to use it to process these huge data. Of course, there are not many companies that specialize in algorithms. After all, it takes a lot of time and cost. Therefore, some companies rely on post-fusion algorithms to reduce the burden. The traditional algorithm is to collect the information of each sensor together, and then process it on the chip after summarizing, which will indeed increase the burden on the chip, but the post-fusion algorithm is different. It first installs a chip on each sensor, allowing Lidar, camera, and traditional radar to perform preliminary data screening, remove some useless data, and hand over the chip to process after obtaining preliminary results. In this way, the collected data will be reduced, so when the chip makes a decision, it will not cause a decision-making error due to the amount of data. However, this algorithm is still not the optimal solution. The advantages and disadvantages of each sensor are different, and their perception is also different. The same object may produce different results under the observation of cameras, radars, and lidars. If there is a conflict, who should prevail? For example, if there is a human-shaped billboard on the side of the road, the camera can see that it is a dummy, but the lidar perceives it as a human being, so who should the decision-making chip believe? Therefore, the post-fusion algorithm also has problems. Of course, different companies still have different choices. Some enterprises choose to combine the traditional algorithm and the post-fusion algorithm together, and the requirements for the algorithm capability of the chip become larger again. At this time, Tesla directly started subtraction. In May 2021, Tesla announced that it would cancel the millimeter wave radar and replace it with the Tesla Vision system. A month later, he explained, the safety of the pure vision solution will be higher than the Vision Plus radar solution. Because Tesla's visual solution is good enough, using radar may interfere with judgment. Therefore, we may have seen different options from many car companies. In fact, they all discovered many problems in the process of practice and were forced to make a choice. As for which direction to choose, each car company has its own considerations. In fact, in autonomous driving, almost every route faces huge problems. There are 3 routes for autonomous driving. The first is the single vehicle vision route based on cameras, and the representative car company is Tesla. There is also a route based on the fusion of various sensors such as lidar and cameras. There are many such companies, and most of China's car companies choose this route. There is also a more alternative, vehicle-road collaboration based on the joint intelligence of roads and cars. It means to make urban roads smarter, so that cars can drive autonomously with less hardware. Some cities in China are taking this route. Each of these 3 has its own advantages, but each has its own problems. In the final analysis, they are the combination of sensors, algorithms, and chips. As long as the conflict between the 3 is not resolved, any route will have problems. For example, as for multifusion sensors, the first requires powerful algorithms, and the second needs to solve the mutual interference of sensors. So far, no car company has solved this problem perfectly. There is also vehicle-road coordination. The key to its success lies in the accurate drawing of maps, but the cost of high-precision drawing is too high, and the roads are often changing. Like China, where the infrastructure is highly developed, the city will take on a new look almost every month, and the map needs to be updated at any time, which is too difficult. The same is true of Tesla's pure vision. In Musk's view, people will make mistakes, but machines will not. The camera can completely replace the human eye. As long as the algorithm is good enough, autonomous driving is not a dream. However, Musk only considered the rigor of the machine, but did not consider human nature. The birth of automatic driving is to eliminate accidents. As long as this system has the possibility of casualties, it will be denied by the law and by customers. However, Tesla's pure visual route cannot completely eliminate accidents. It can only see the scene in front of it, and cannot predict and avoid it in advance like radar. As long as the algorithm is not enough, it will never be the first choice of consumers. For example, in several Tesla accidents, they all hit white cars. This is because it cannot accurately identify static vehicles, and the white color is close to the color of the distant sky, which will mislead visual errors. The purely visual route has insurmountable drawbacks. Therefore, Tesla is very hesitant with the radar. From the initial emphasis to the abandonment, and then to the restart of the 4D radar, it is actually a case of ideals being defeated by reality. The route dispute is the cruelest. Once a certain route completes the task first, it may completely dominate the market and public opinion. Also, it will become very difficult to achieve breakthroughs in other routes. Therefore, it is not surprising that Tesla restarted the 4D radar. The traditional 2D radar can only detect the distance of the object on the two-dimensional image, but cannot detect the size, which has great limitations. The 4D radar can not only detect the distance, but also detect the size and whether the object is moving, which can perfectly solve the current problems encountered. But it goes back to the old question of who to trust. In 2021, Bloomberg once reported that Tesla signed an agreement with Lidar to secretly test the feasibility of Lidar. After that, some audiovisual experts took pictures of Tesla testing Lidar. Although this matter has not been officially confirmed, once Tesla's 4D radar plus camera route fails to solve the existing problems, then Tesla is likely to embark on other roads in the future, and Lidar may be the best choice. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below, and share your insightful ideas with other people. Do you want to learn about more auto stories? Please keep following our channel and like our videos. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.